Okay, right, my number 4 is Darksiders 2.
Fucking hell, mate. You've been busy this week.
Yeah, no doubt. Right. The first thing I'll say about Darksiders, I played it, really enjoyed it, but you compared it to something, and as soon as you said it, I was like, of course, that's what it is.
Zelda.
Exactly. I can't believe I didn't see that, but it owes so much to Zelda.
I just thought it was a bad Zelda game.
You didn't like it?
I thought it was alright, but everybody was raving about it, but I was like, these puzzles are so wank compared to the puzzles in Zelda. What are you talking about, everyone?
Yeah.
And then I just forgot it even existed.
Yeah. Part of the thrill for me was being able to play essentially Zelda, but on a control pad, which is something we haven't been able to do for a little while.
True.
Although Skyward Sword, masterpiece. The influence of Zelda feels even more explicit this time. The first thing I've basically played the opening 3 or 4 hours straight from the beginning, and I've done the first temple dungeon, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But the first thing that struck me after you've done the sort of action orientated, you get to grips with the combat. It's a lot faster and slicker than Darksiders 1. It feels very nice. Visually, it looks better as well. The Darksiders 1 had a lot of dilapidated buildings and stuff like that, and this is set out sort of out in the countryside to an extent, which is why it feels more like Zelda. But once you've done that opening tier, you set foot out onto these plains, and the button prompt comes up to summon your horse. And I was like, fucking hell, this looks exactly like when you ride out onto those fields at the beginning of Twilight Princess. I mean, exactly. The land looks the same. Just visually, it looks almost identical. And then you've got your horse there. And I was like, fuck. I mean, and the world in general feels like it's come out of Zelda. That's no bad thing. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it for the whole 3-4 hours that I played it. Differences from the first game, as I said, the combat's faster and slicker. It just feels nicer. But there's loot drops now, so enemies drop loot, they drop armour, they drop weapons, and was there a skill point system in the first one?
God damn, I'm gonna say yes, but I might be very wrong.
I can't remember. I mean,
I can't remember. It was a while ago now.
Either way, it's nothing new. You've got two. You get skill points, and you can take one of 2 trees. One's combat orientated, one's sort of magic orientated. It's old stuff. And yeah, I did the first temple. Puzzles were pretty good. Technically, it looked great, even though the game's not finished yet. I'm sure it's finished, but it's not. The build that we had wasn't finished.
Sure.
And yeah, it feels like more of the same, but in a very good way. And I'm looking forward to playing it some more. It was good.
That's out next month, isn't it?
The 20th of August, I think, something like that.
That is a fucking big game for THQ. Big game.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's a big game, as in it's a big game.
Yeah.
It's. I'm looking forward to playing more. The combat's great. It's fun. It's just fun.
Yeah, as with everything, I'll always give the second go around a go. I'm not the type of person to write anything off before it comes out. But the first one didn't click with me as much as it did for some people, as I explained. But yeah, I'm quietly intrigued by this one. The fact that it's big is slightly worrying because time, but that's not the game's fault.
Yeah, indeed. I liked the first one, but this just looks better in every department. So I'm sure it could be very, very big.
No, I hope so for THQ because good people over there.
Mm-hmm.